Hi,
Hi, Amrita. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great.
Okay, so just a sound check. Are you able to hear me correctly?
I'm able to hear you very well. Thank you. And how about you?
Okay. Yes, yes, perfect.
All
And
good?
I hope our audience can also hear us perfectly.
Awesome.
All right. Okay, I'm so sorry to spoil your Friday evening.
What do you mean? I mean, this is my Friday evening. Where else can I be?
Also, okay, I think Murli Singh, he can't hear us both well. Okay, other anybody else is having issues in hearing us? You can just type in. We'll try to figure out before we start. All right. Yeah, Sydney, you need to increase your volume.
This is
Okay.
this is just like how we with the new like shelter in place and we're having Zoom classes. This is exactly how we start. Is everybody able to hear us okay? Give us a thumbs up. Just like that.
Yes, yes. But just to give you a little brief and to our audience also that this is not like an official interview. Going to laugh a lot. We are going to talk a little bit here and there as well. And we are going to take it very casually. But of course, there are certain questions related with everybody's mind, which definitely we would answer today.
Amrita, I have a question for you. See, I'm already breaking all of your rules. I know it's supposed to, like, you're supposed to ask me questions and I'm supposed to answer. No, no,
Okay, that's a
no,
surprise.
genuinely, I'm curious. I know, like, you've done a couple of these sessions now, and I watched a couple of these. I personally have a question. What prompted you to, start this series, and like, what inspired you to do this?
Okay, oh my God. So the interview is being interviewed for the first time ever.
Totally.
That's so Chitra. So guys, Chitra and I keep talking about, of course, I work with Bombay Jam for quite some time, but Chitra and we talk to each other, and I think that is how vivacious herself. All right, so I think what prompted me, I wanted to do these interview sessions for quite some time because so my profession involves talking to CEOs like you of different companies, and I realized that I have been talking to so many intelligent people around the globe, and why don't I bring it, our conversation to the public. I mean, they should also learn and try to understand what goes behind uh, a program or a company's decision. So I wanted to do it on an in-person basis and one to one. But of course, due to travel and other things, I never got the chance. Uh, this lockdown actually gave me an opportunity to bring everything in one frame. So I thought, why not to use it? Because I know we are not free, but at least we can take out a time for live chats like this. And I think people can also take out time to listen to us. So yeah, that is it.
That's fantastic. I mean, needless to say, you're doing such an amazing job, Amrita. I mean, these are interesting times that we are in. So something like this is definitely very inspiring, very comforting, I want to say. So thank you for doing what you're doing. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else who's watching you are appreciating it as well.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I have a long list of questions. I think we should start ASAP. Everybody knows that Bombay Jam is a Bollywood dance fitness workout, right? But I also know that your team involves amazing choreographers and dancers from around the world. So why did you choose Bollywood as your core of the program? Was it because now Bollywood is a global phenomenon, or what's the reason behind it? You
Yeah,
think Bollywood is a global phenomenon?
yeah. See, Bollywood films and dance has been has always been, and it will continue to become globally recognized major elements of like Indian culture. But what is new is technology.
Right.
So through the means of technology, and I mean, if you take like, when I say technology, just like streaming websites like Netflix or like Amazon, where there are so many Bollywood-based shows. Bollywood is a separate genre. Like if you look, if you look through the categories, now Bollywood is a separate genre. I mean, that's
Right.
huge, right? Who would have thought? Um, but with the advent of technology, what has happened is Bollywood, and the dance style particularly, has very quickly dispersed through the world.
Right.
And as Bollywood films and dance have become more popular, the dance form itself has taken so many forms and
Right.
adaptations, making it very, very appealing to the global audience. So if you see Bollywood music and the dance style is used in musicals, right? I mean, we have a
Right.
whole musical around Bollywood. They're
Right.
used in films. They're taught in classes, performed in competitions like World of Dance or So You Think You Can Dance,
Right.
and also used as a form of exercise, just like Bombay Jam, right?
Right.
So to answer your question, definitively, yes. Bollywood is most certainly an international phenomenon. There's no question around it.
Right. Right. Okay, so when you started, of course, the whole team is based out of US. So, of course, the first market was US, and uh, US is also known to have the maximum, group fitness program. So, how was the response of your program when you started back then? And I think you started back around 8 years back.
Yeah, a little bit more than that, actually. Um, I would love to say that it was when you first started the program, it was off the charts, but that's not true. Uh, it was slow. It was definitely not the case of like, we launched it and it took off and like everybody was raving about it. It was a slow progress. It was pretty slow to pick up. Um, there were already quite a few dance fitness programs out there, not Bollywood totally, but dance fitness programs that had some elements of Bollywood in them.
Right.
And what happened was, I don't think there was people recognized that there was a need for an hour long, fitness class that was purely Bollywood based, right?
Right.
Um, so to get people to try it first and accepting it as a program was definitely a challenge.
Right.
So our approach was very organic. Um, and I understand that it's generally not the approach taken when you're launching a new program. A lot of different programs do a sort of a big bang approach, go all out. Ours was a little different. It was definitely organic. We took a few instructors, we trained them, conducted a few promotional classes, mostly free. But once people started to attend these classes, there was a change. There was a difference. The difference was that people were addicted to the program. Now, the word addiction is generally used in a very negative connotation, but we in Bombay Jam, we proudly use it everywhere. You see our website is
Right.
like very addictive. It's true. It's true. There are many fans out there. I'm seeing there are many comments that are coming up. Many fans of Bombay Jam who, once they try the class, they cannot. They crave, and they
Right.
crave. So it's that addicting. So for us, that was the key point. For us, it was let people try the program, and the program will speak for itself. So that's how we did it. Again, there was no right or wrong approach in launching a program. Our parent company, so Bombay Jam's parent company is Mona Khan Company. And that's how we developed that company, where it was very much organic, very, organic growth from like starting to train new instructors and growing from within. And that's a tried and true approach, tried and tested approach for us, and that's how we followed. That's the approach that we followed for Bombay Jam, and it worked out pretty well for us. So to answer your question, it was slow initially, but once people tried the program, we had a very solid foundation, and we built on top of it, and here we are.
Fantastic. I see a lot of people commenting addicted, addicted, I'm sure. So I think that's the word for the program, right? I mean, I see a lot of Bombay Jam fans. Great.
Totally addicted.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay. So just adding on to this question, you just mentioned that there were many group X programs, and there are now also, and I think every year there is a new program which comes into picture. So what is it that makes Bombay Jam different, and how is it unique with other Bollywood dance fitness programs?
Where do I start? So more than a program, I would call Bombay Jam an experience. It has so many facets to it. It has so many layers to it. When you walk into a Bombay Jam class, or rather in these times, if you log into a Bombay Jam class, you will notice the energy right off the bat. It is really like explosive energy. It's explosive. It's energizing. It's just pure entertainment, right? What makes it unique? There are a few different things. So first of all, the Bombay Jam program is a total body workout. What I mean by that is it incorporates both cardio and toning aspects into one workout. And the best part of that is like you don't need to have any external equipment or like dumbbells or like, you know, resistant bands or whatever. There are no props needed. There is no equipment needed. You're using your own body and use your own strength and muscles to work out, right? So definitely there is a cardio aspect to it, which incorporates very basic, easy to follow moves, dance moves, and obviously it's Bollywood, so it has that Bollywood flair,
Right.
and all of that. And there's a toning segment to it, and that focuses on your arms and your legs and your abs. So really sculpting those long, lean muscles. So definitely that's number one. It's a total body workout. The second thing, and I think it's like the most important thing, is actually the music. I keep
Right.
using the word addictive because I truly believe in that. Now, music is a huge, huge, huge part of Bombay Jam.
Right.
It's a blend. Bombay Jam music is a blend of Bollywood and it's mainstream top 40 tracks, and it's one of kind mixes, and they are really refreshing, energizing, and because it's this blend of Bollywood and top 40, it makes it globally appealing, right? And it can resonate with any audience.
Right.
Last but not the least is the choreography. It's unique. You don't need to be an experienced dancer at all to Bombay Jam. And yet, if you're an experienced dancer, you would still love it because there are some very signature moves, some quirky moves that are very unique to Bombay Jam.
Right.
That keeps it very refreshing and keeps it very interesting and appealing to all different skill levels. So those are some of the aspects that I would say are unique to Bombay Jam. So it's definitely a total body workout. Has components of both cardio and toning, amazing music, and very, very unique and easy to follow choreography.
Right, right. Just to add here, because of course I have been listening to Bombay Jam music for quite some days and seeing the choreographies, I really find of course the music very, very appealing. It's so different, unlike any other music of any program I've listened to. It's like it has some X factor which just gets into your head and doesn't move out. I don't know
Yeah,
what is that
definitely.
X factor. We might have to talk to the people who are working behind for the music, but yes, there is. And second thing is, of course, the toning part, which is like really out of the world. I mean, I've not seen so constructive toning choreographies, which really, really works hard on your muscles. So I think those are the two things really I personally feel as a consumer works for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And that's what we keep hearing from our students as well. You feel good. You feel, somebody asked me the other day, are you not, I was doing something, I just finished a class, and then I was like cooking, I think. And then somebody asked me, are you not tired? I'm like, no, I'm not. This has given me more energy. So
Right.
after Bombay Jam class, yes, you feel that you've worked out, but at the same time, it is so uplifting. It's so uplifting that, you feel like you can conquer the world.
Right, right. And I think you, of course, you also teach Bombay Jam classes. So there is one question, is that how many times you teach a class in a week?
I personally teach only once. But when we first started Bombay Jam, this was like almost a decade ago, there have been times where I've taught back-to-back classes. There are many instructors of ours. I see Janani on there. I see Tanvi in there. They all teach like multiple Bombay Jam classes a week. I think like three, maybe 2 to 3 classes a week. So yeah, there are many instructors who teach a lot of classes, a lot of Bombay Jam classes, and it never gets old. You always, because they're just, the music again is so different and so varying. You can piece them all together in different ways, and you can have a completely new class. So that's the beauty of Bombay Jam.
Right. But I think as a CEO, when you're teaching a Bombay Jam class, it gives you a more in-depth, in like insight into what is working best and what is going great. It's like a live experience you're having, and probably makes it better for make decisions for the company.
It is. So we have, I mean, like, yes, I mean, I am only one person, right? But there is a larger team. But Bombay Jam team is, it's not like a huge team. It's still a small team, but a very, very nimble team, very passionate team, experienced team. So we have like Mona, who's like the genius behind the music mixes that I was telling you about. There's Janani, who's our brand ambassador and master trainer. So we have like, and there are others in the team who contribute a lot to the program. So it's definitely a team effort, I would say. And yes, we constantly think of ways to evolve ourselves and keep it refreshing, because you don't want the status quo. You don't want to be comfortable with what you have. It's great that
Right.
what you have is working, but there's always new things that you can try. There's always new things that you can improve. So we always constantly learn, not only from each other, but from our students as well. So what works for them, what isn't working for them, and we tweak it accordingly.
Right, right. Okay, that's lovely. So now, I think let's come to India. We know that Bombay Jam has been launched recently in India. So, as a business decision, why India as a market?
Why India as a market? It's a no-brainer, really. Um, See, the origin of Bollywood is obviously India, so it was a natural evolution for us to expand to India. Now, the founding team of Bombay Jam, as you know, but if most people don't know, we are based out of here in the Bay Area in California. So this is where Bombay Jam was born and it was launched. Um, so when we launched it, again, like I mentioned before, it took us a while to start the program, launch the program, understand the different aspects of it and how it's working for people, and we grew it, right? And then at one point, we decided to expand and scale up the program.
Yeah,
Uh, the obvious choice was India, because there is a need there. There's a population there that understands Bollywood. And also in India, there's definitely a new wave or new generation of people who are so much more health conscious. They're willing to try new programs. The fitness market in India has been really explosive in the past decade or so. So from that perspective, India was definitely an easy choice. Now, you might ask why we didn't do it sooner. I mean, it was fairly recent that we launched in India. For us, it was very, very important to have a very good team and a very experienced team on the ground in India to take it forward. And until recently, we didn't find that team, but we now have that team. So, and Amrita, I'm looking at you. You're a big proponent of Bombay Jam. You're very much involved in Bombay Jam. So you're doing amazing work at Bombay Jam. So for us to find a person like you, Amrita, and the team that you have with you and supports Bombay Jam was crucial for us to make that decision to expand to India. Without that team on the ground, we would not be able to successfully launch and sustain that program. So that was sort of the thought process behind why India and when. So those are two key factors for us.
Thank you so much, Chitra, for for this. But yes, I get it that I think Bombay Jam is looking for more of groundwork rather than. So there are two ways companies work. Okay, one way is that you spend a lot of amount of money. Okay, and you see, okay, we go there and we just smash it. But I see Bombay Jam working on a more grounded way where you want to expand your family and take it forward in a long-term basis so that you have some strong people in each of the country to support us. Okay, so now I have some questions which has been sent to me by some people who follow our chats and have of course questions related with Bombay Jam. So Bombay Jam, of course, we just discussed is popular for custom mixes. What is the main criteria to select specific Bollywood songs? Is it the lyrics? Is it the popularity? How do you select that this music should definitely go for our custom mixes?
It's all of the above, actually. All of the things that you said. Obviously, music is very, very important. How popular that song is at that given point of time is definitely important. Lyrics is actually quite important also. Our like Bombay Jam is it's not we take Bollywood music and just use random choreography or random movements to it.
Right.
It is very thoughtful. The choreography is very thoughtful. It's thought through in terms of the lyrics. That's why we have all of these different, we have jazz hands and the nice hands and the deer hands and all of that. Because it's very lyrical, and Bollywood is lyrical, Bollywood is emotional. So we try to convey all of that, the emotions and the lyrical nature of Bollywood through Bombay Jam. And it's not easy because somehow you need to translate that emotion into the routine itself, but at the same time keep in mind the intensity of the where you are in your routine, where you are in your program. So all of that plays into it. So to answer your question, what is it's definitely all of it's lyrics, it is the music. The popularity of the song is especially interesting because when a song becomes really popular, it catches on really quickly, and then you can see like everybody's doing a cover for it, everybody's doing a dance cover for it, a music cover for it.
Right.
It's all over YouTube. And then we
Right.
get requests from our instructors, is our new release going to have that song? And we're like, yeah, sure. we'll do it. So you have to be a very nimble team in order to react very quickly to it and ensure that you're able to take that popular song and make sure that you turn it into a routine that's part of Bombay Jam. So yes, all of those factors play into creating new routines for sure.
I'm sure you must be getting requests every day for a song.
Absolutely.
We should
And
include this.
I think many of the people who are requesting are already there. They're probably like right now.
Yeah, one thing interesting about the music is that we also have Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, of course, Punjabi songs in it, and which makes it unique. I mean, where would you see a mix of a Marathi and a Tamil song? I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
interesting.
I just did one in a class that we just happened. I know. It's so fun. And like, I mean, I'm South Indian, if you didn't know, but the South Indian in me comes out a lot more when I hear a South Indian song, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But then it's like mixed with a Hindi song or a Marathi song, and I'm like, wow, this is like amazing. Like, you get both. Like
Right.
people. First of all, I mean, there are many people out there. Like, for example, if there's a South Indian song, you asked about lyrics before. People don't understand the lyrics, but they understand musicality. They do, and they understand the emotion behind something. So it doesn't matter. Music transcends everything. Music transcends language. There are no language barriers. There's nothing, right? So that's why Bombay Jam is so unique when it brings together all of these different things that transcends all of these barriers, and that's just a beautiful feeling.
Right. Right. So, the songs and music, in Bollywood movies are always are telling a story, or it's all about a occasion or probably emotions. So it could be a romantic song, or it could be a holy song, or it could be, uh, you know, probably a New Year song. So how do you do you find it challenging sometimes that how to use that particular music, though it is very popular, but how do you use that in the in the mixes and not of course, like for example, a holy song can only be used in during holy times, but we have mixes which are being used all the year round. So how do you manage that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's like there are different emotions. There's lyrics, but at the end of the day, a common thread that runs through Bombay Jam is that all the songs are very uplifting. There is a positive vibe to anything and everything that we use. Again, doesn't matter whether it's like like a Gati song or like a Kutu song in Tamil, a Telugu song. It doesn't matter at all at the end of the day what language it's in. When you play that music, it is very, very uplifting. You can see the energy completely change in the studio. Um,
Right.
is it challenging? I don't think so. I don't think we find it challenging to use these songs. See, the biggest part of like Bollywood is the storytelling, right? Um, we don't want to strip that away from Bollywood
Right.
when we're using in fitness songs, which there are some there I've seen there are some programs that do that. You kind
Right.
of like because you're so caught up in the fitness aspects of it, it takes away the underlying emotion, it strips away the underlying storytelling. But Bollywood is all about storytelling. So if you remove that, then what is left, right? So what we try to do with Bombay Jam is to weave that storytelling into the routines, but at the same time keeping in mind the fitness aspects of it. So I think I'm actually going to change my answer. I'm actually going to say yes, it is challenging, but we do make it a part of it. So I mean, it's a challenging job, but that's what Bombay Jam is about, and that's what we do. So, so yes, so the sort of the storytelling is part of Bollywood, and it is part of Bombay Jam.
Wow. Okay, so that's why I think people can relate even more because I remember how much interest was for a Garba song when the Navratri season came, and I think that song is still a hit, and many people are still dancing to it. So it's amazing how we take our emotions all year round for
Yeah,
every festival.
absolutely, absolutely. There's no excuse for us to celebrate anything, right?
Okay, one last question I will take from our viewers inventory I have.
Mhm.
So we have collaborated, last year with Bosco Martin, who is a very famous Bollywood choreographer, uh, and over the period of last year, we have seen so many Bollywood choreographers coming up to an international level. There is Kings United who won. Who won at the international level, and then we have so many other choreographers who are choreographing and coming up. So in a way, Bollywood has suddenly gone international. I mean, Indians have really come into the eyes of the world that what are we doing with our choreographies, our music. Do you see that, probably we should, or are you guys planning to collaborate with more choreographers like that? What is the plan? Isn't it amazing to have some really Bollywood guys on board?
Yeah. Yes, Bosco's collaboration is indeed a really great one. See, the our core value in our company has always been about partnerships and collaborations. Um, there is just so much talent in the world. Um, why not harness it, right? Why not work with someone who has a talent that we can somehow work together and make magical things happen, right?
Right.
So collaborations and partnership is a core value for us, and there's just so much power in it. And we feel that for one of our key metrics for growth is definitely keeping things fresh, um,
Yeah.
new, interesting, and one of the ways to make that happen is definitely these partnerships and collaboration, right? Um, are we going to have more collaborations? Probably. We don't know what they are right now. You know, we're working on many different things, and and they are in different stages, obviously. Um, but yes, would we see more collaborations in the future? Absolutely, because that is something that we truly believe in. We believe in the power of community building, and again, the dance and the fitness community is just a small community at the end of the day. So
Right.
you know, it's a very tight knit community,
Yeah.
and so collaborating with each other is going to do some great things
Right.
for the entire community. So we will definitely be part of that.
Okay, that's amazing. I think we are all looking forward to it. Okay, so now coming back to our current situation and our main topic, which is the new normal. But before that, we go back 2 years back when we launched the on-demand training, Bombay Jam Now. Now, 2 years back, of course, there was no need of doing virtual trainings or on-demand trainings because physically we could travel anywhere and we could provide training. So, what was the vision behind coming up with Bombay Jam Now, which is the anytime, anywhere training module? You can do it from your home or your office or from wherever you are. What was the vision behind launching that?
It was simply putting Bombay Jam in the hands or in the homes of people who were not able to get to a place where Bombay Jam was offered. It was very simply that. Um, we when we launched Bombay Jam Now a couple of years ago, again, at that point of time, we had only in-person training for our instructors, and that was conducted primarily in the Bay Area.
Right.
And a lot of people, quite a few people traveled. They did travel to the Bay Area to get certified, but a lot of people couldn't for various reasons. Obviously,
Right.
there's travel involved, and it was on a specific day that they needed to travel and come over there and attend the 2-day training, get certified, and all of that. And there's like scheduling conflicts. It's just physically challenging, right? So there was a need for it, and there was quite a bit of demand for it. So at that point of time, we said, okay, we could take a couple of different approaches. We
Right.
could travel everywhere and then
Yeah.
conduct trainings, which is still an option, and it's definitely a good option. There is another option where we said, okay, we could come up with then on-demand training, which is essentially take the training that we would offer in person, but make it on demand, which is essentially making it all digital, and
Right.
but making it super accessible to all the people. And if, like, for example, if you were to take the training, and let's say you didn't have a dedicated 2-day window to complete your
Right.
training, no problem.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, with Bombay Jam now, you say, that's fine. You have, let's say, a month to complete it. You take it at your own pace. Like, you can, start the training, progress through the different modules that's available to you at your own pace. You complete it.
Right.
And then
Right.
you finish all of your training online. There
Yeah.
are resources available to you, instructor resources available to you to help you through that whole process. So if you're stuck at any given point of time, there's someone available to help you to get past that and progress and finish your certification. So the primary need was accessibility. How can we get Bombay Jam to places where we are not able to reach through traditional methods?
Right.
Being in a room, in a studio, or traveling to a place to get certified. Yeah, that was the whole vision behind Bombay Jam now.
Right. And I'm sure you must not have imagined the current situation would have come into picture, where actually the Bombay Jam now is helping so many people around the world getting certified and
Yeah.
making use of this time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody would have thought about it. I mean, like, if somebody would have told me that I would be teaching my class in front of a computer to like 50 participants with that, I would be like, are you crazy? That's not going to happen, right? But it's happened. Now you just
Yeah.
have to adapt and figure out how to make this work, and how to make it interesting again, right?
Right.
So
Yeah. That's actually interesting because now, because of this situation, there are other companies also who are coming up with their virtual trainings or, on-demand trainings. It's the need of the hour, of course, to continue business. But uh, I think Bombay Jam has a good foresight in that sense and started that long back.
yeah,
So I think that was an amazing decision.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now that we have a lot of instructors around the world who are really, struggling with the current situation. We have our gyms and studios closed. We don't have a place to go and teach our students. People are teaching all virtually. But of course, as uh, as a company, we also feel them, right? And we also have taken some steps to help our instructors. So, would you like to elaborate on that? What are the steps you have taken to support the existing Bombay Jam instructors, and how do you see the business continuity in current times?
Yeah. So business continuity is simple, right? I mean, there is no option now. It's like, what used to be an option before, you could, was optional as a, live stream class, is no longer an option. That's how, if you want to teach a class, that's how you teach it, right? Um, the I talked a little bit about community before, and that's especially true for Bombay Jam. Obviously, Bombay Jam as a program and as a team is continuing to support our instructors who are teaching virtual classes. But more importantly, what I found very interesting, and I'm very proud to say this really, is uh, the community of the instructors and how strong that community became. Um, the instructors started supporting each other. There was always a sense of community, but that sense of community just amplified suddenly.
Yeah.
So we just there were a few of us who just taught a class just a few hours ago, and it was not one instructor leading the class. There were like 5 instructors leading the class, all virtually, seamless, right? You know, you just like, again, there are so many things to figure out when it comes to technology, who's playing the music and like who does what and what happens after that. But it was just seamless. We kind of like figured it out. The most important thing is that particular class was a free class, and we do these classes every week to support some nonprofits and charities that are in need, especially in these circumstances. And my point was that it's a group of instructors coming together and teaching the class. And there are many such clusters of Bombay Jam instructors who are coming together to teaching this for teaching these classes. And the really interesting thing is that when we first started these online classes, live stream classes, it was very clunky. Like it wasn't like seamless at all. It was like, oh, music was not working. I'm not able to hear it. There's a lag between like video and the music. Music stopped playing, and oh, it's very tinny. I'm not able to, like, the student is not able to hear the instructor speak. There's so many challenges, right? We still haven't conquered everything. It's still a very evolving, I mean, technology is also very much evolving. Again, the technology that we use right now was not meant to be used for this scenario, right? We just so happened that that was the only thing that was available, and we started using that for our purpose. But really, what really energizes me is the Bombay Jam instructor community coming together and helping other instructors figure all of these out. There are people who said, okay, did you try that? How about I put together a document of all of the settings that work for me, and I will send it to you, and you figure that out. And maybe this is a microphone that you can use, or this is a setting in Zoom that you use. So there's so many, again, individually you can figure it out and keep the knowledge to yourself, but knowledge sharing is part of is definitely a huge thing, right? So instructors, more than Bombay, I mean, obviously there is like Bombay Jam helping instructors, but more than the Bombay Jam team helping instructors is the Bombay Jam instructor community coming together and supporting each other. I think that's fantastic. I mean, one example is it's for all of our India instructors, we have a WhatsApp group, and just every day I wake up, obviously because of the time difference, and I wake up and I see like long stream of messages, right? And it's amazing, but it's like every single message that I see is like, I did this live class and it was awesome, and somebody would post a video of it, and then all the instructors piling on top of that and encouraging those instructors and applauding those instructors. It's just such a awesome feeling to see that. I would say, I know these are challenging times, I know these are extraordinary times, but if you're an instructor who has not ventured out yet, don't worry. I mean, like, we're all in this together. This is all new for us. So we are all on equal footing. So this is the time to break out of your shell and start teaching and start contributing and like helping other people. And we can all learn from each other, right, at the same time. So it's, yeah, definitely the community aspect helped a lot in this particular situation.
Right. I just want to add here, Chitra, because of course I'm also part of the team. I think Bombay Jam had taken 2 very good, steps to support the instructors, as well as what you have mentioned. One was the release party, which we have conducted globally. And the first time ever we had like people from around the world onto one platform and learning. And that was amazing. I think the instructors' mood and I mean, they felt really encouraged. And I think second thing, and because I work with many people, I know that Bombay Jam is the only company program which allowed instructors to do live stream on Facebook and Instagram, which we have allowed for this till this period of lockdown. So that's also an amazing decision. It's a good way where people can promote themselves and as well as attract new people in their classes for their virtual classes. So I think that was also amazing, and I think we have had so many people going live and teaching the class. So I think that was really amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for bringing up the workshop, the release workshop that we did. That was definitely a first for us, for sure. We've never done that before. But oh my God, that was like across multiple geographies, right? There were people from the US, obviously. There were people from India. There were a few people from Asia Pac, Europe. It was just international congregation of people. It was just phenomenal. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so one of the question which yeah, our viewers have written in the comment section is, where do you see Bombay Jam in next few years? Like, do we have a vision with the company?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bombay Jam in the next few years. I mean, there are a few different areas just in terms of expansion, right? Um, so the digital space is definitely a huge platform, as evidenced by the current situation that we have, right? Um, so we will definitely be pursuing more on the digital space, whether it's online certification, more on the Bombay Jam Now
Yeah,
space, or other avenues or streams that we want to look at. So digital is definitely one to stay. So we will definitely be looking at it, and that's one piece of advice probably I would give to anybody who's in the space to don't dismiss digital. It's here to stay. So it'll be very prudent for all of us to look at it as a long-term option for sure.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is definitely one thing that we'll be looking at. The second thing is expanding and scaling to other geographical locations. Amrita, you talked earlier about India. India is definitely, obviously, more cities and more states in India for sure. We also have a presence in Maldives. Asia in general is a very hot market for us, and we're definitely looking at Asia as a very as probably sort of a bigger market, just because there is a need and there is just an
yeah,
explosion of Bollywood there. So
yeah.
additional geographies is definitely something that we see in the next few years. Um, and another aspect of expanding Bombay Jam is to different age groups potentially.
Right. Wow.
Um, there is a certain age group that we have defined for Bombay Jam. It's currently 13 and above. No upper limit, obviously. Um, but how about kids? We don't know. So maybe
Wow.
there's something there. Um, older population definitely can do the Bombay Jam program as it is right now, but maybe like a little bit in the older age group, we may want to look into a specialized program for that. So something along those lines. Again, nothing concrete just yet, but something to think about and look at, because we definitely think there is a need in all of those areas, and that's something that we'll be very closely looking at in the next few years.
Wow, that's amazing. So we just got a clue that we might have something for kids.
Never
I
know.
would love I would love to do Bombay Jam in water although because of course it's so much fun dancing in the water. Uh,
At,
and
your Bombay
Bollywood
Jam.
music playing.
Yeah,
Maybe,
why not?
yeah.
Why not?
Okay, so I think one last question I have, and Anyways, this Instagram live chat, and I came to know only when I started this, is 1 hour long. So in case if it gets disconnected in between, we might have to log in again. But my last question to you, and I know many people would be feeling so sad that we have to now let you go.
I gotta go sleep.
uh, and it's a very generic question. And would love to have your experience.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Amrita? I think there was a little bit of a glitch.
Yeah, it's still glitch. Yeah, can you hear me properly
Yeah,
now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what is, it's a very generic question. What is the new normal going to be in Group X industry, in fitness industry? How it is going to be like redefined? And it's a very generic question related with all of us who are into this industry. So, what do you think is going to be, the new normal?
I mean, I gave a clue before. It's like people are taking to live stream classes because there is a need right now. I wouldn't dismiss it as just something temporary, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
dismiss it as just like a band-aid right now. I would definitely look at it as a complementary option to even after this is done, after the shelter in place is done, and we go back to our studios and start leading normal classes and regular in-person classes. Um, we've proven that the live stream classes work. There is it's I wouldn't say it's not the same experience, but it's a different experience, right? So again, that accessibility part that I talked about before, that definitely helps with live stream classes. So I wouldn't dismiss that. So definitely think about it as a longer term strategy for your business. Um, Necessity is like the mother of invention, really, right? I mean, who said
yeah.
that? Plato said, I can't remember. Someone said, someone who's very smarter than you and I and everybody else combined here is said that. But so when a need or a problem arises, we as human beings become very, very creative, and we are very resilient, and we try to meet the need or solve the problem. And that's what we did. That's what we did at this point of time. This happened, coronavirus happened, COVID happened, and we were all locked down. We sheltered in place, but there definitely was a need for uh, people to work out and sort of have that sense of normalcy. And we, in this profession, in this sort of the fitness space, we are able to provide that sense of normalcy to people by creating these live stream classes. And every time, and there are quite a few instructors on this chat right now, but if you ask one of these Bombay Jam instructors, like, what is the one thing that your students tell you after you finish your class? Thank you. That's what they say. They give
Yeah,
you their gratitude. They tell you, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for doing these classes. This is the one thing that I look forward to every day, or like whenever a class happens, this is something that I look forward to. They're super
yeah,
grateful for the sense of normalcy that we provide. So
yeah,
what is the new normal? I don't know. I don't know what the new normal is. It's like the new normal today may not be the new normal tomorrow. Something else could change. I think the key thing for all of us is to be a little bit more fluid and agile and adapt and be flexible. And we need to believe in ourselves as a human race to be resilient, and we'll be able to overcome any challenge that is thrown to us. And we're really strong, and we are creative, and we are smart, and we'll figure something out, just like how we did right now. So
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
yeah. So that's quite interesting. I think what you have said is what the humans have been, doing for so many thousands of years. They have been adapting. They have been flexible, they have been resilient, they were open for changes. But I think in the recent last 2 decades or 3 decades, we have become like sort of stubborn, and we don't want to change a lot. I think it's an eye opener for everybody to go back to your natural form, which is always to adapt and open for new
Open
changes
to new changes. Yeah.
yeah, and
Open to
accept
new
it.
changes and ideas and accept it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. This has all taught us many different things, and we are still learning in this whole process. And
yeah.
I would just say keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, and try new things. Try to be creative and keep things interesting and fresh. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that was quite words from Chitra, and I think we all have learned today that we need to be agile and adapt and open for changes. But before I go, I have one request, or probably a question: is are we going to see more release parties like that?
Um, Probably. I don't know. I mean, we can make it happen. Um, Definitely we have the means now. We know we can make it happen. So because we tried it once and it was definitely possible. So yeah, never say never. It can happen.
So for the audience, release party is when your instructors and master trainers from around the world come together and jam together on the latest Bombay Jam releases, and it's an amazing environment. Everybody's together dancing, and just so much fun and so much to learn. So I'm definitely looking forward to, and I'm sure the existing instructors are looking forward to, and those who are not instructors, I think that's a call for you. You can get certified and be part of our release parties.
Oh, they are so much fun. So much fun.
Okay, thank you, Chitra, so much taking out your Friday evening. I know you are a super, super busy person. I have to add here, there are a lot of people who were requesting for your dance, but probably they can go and join your virtual classes. So you can
Yeah,
text her
I
on
have
her
a
Instagram.
class. Okay, this is my plug for my class. My class is tomorrow, my time, 8 a.m. in the morning, so which is 8:30 p.m. India time. So come join me.
Chitra, it's 1 hour is almost getting over, so I have to say bye to you. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.